Hi there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. How are you tonight? Let's see here. So, I had to show you a little bit of a different wall. Hi Iris, how are you? I had to show you a little bit of a different wall because do you see the cards right behind me? That's my Happy Mail stack. That's where some of them go. And then there's binders and there's all kinds of things. So how are you? Nope, I didn't get a haircut. It's just tucked behind my ears. No scissors yet. No. So, let's see. Who else is on with me? I don't know. Oh, probably Elise. So, anyways, so we've got some stuff happening. Nuts. Pam. Hey, Pam. So we've got a few things happening. First off, we need to say Happy New Year. And you're like, oh my gosh, John, no, it's not 2020. It's the fact that, guess what? Stampin' Up! New Year is starting tomorrow. So we go October 1st to September 30th to qualify for trip and all kinds of other nice awards and things. Okay? So that is what is going on. Yay. So we get a fresh start starting tomorrow. Yay. And what else? We have the Designer Series paper sale starting tomorrow. The World Card Making Day promotion through me starting tomorrow, even though the pin post has been up for a little bit. Hi, Serene. How are you? Let's see. What else? I think that's enough. So maybe we should just get to creating, right? Yeah? So here we go. Let me flip this around. Hold on. And you'll see the other half of the room. Let me put you in the thingamabob. Let's see if I can do this competently. Hold on. Hey, not bad, huh? So, for tonight, we're gonna make this cute little card holder. And it holds a full size, oh wait, because the envelope I decorated too. It holds a full size card. So, actually quite a few, but hey. All right, so let me refresh the page and get things done here so we can get to doing what we do best, making a mess, right? So, let's see here. Scroll. See, Pam, you're not the only one that has to scroll down. All right, so I'm almost there. Almost. Maybe it didn't show up. All right, hold on, guys. 1 second. I'm not sure why it didn't show up, but it did not. So, that was last week. Let's make sure this is still... Hold on. Why isn't it scrolling? Okay. Oh, I have to get past the pin post. Hello. Now we're good. Okay. So let me get here. Mute my computer. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's the brushed metallic gold embossed with the heartwarm, the coffee cup heartwarm embossing folders is what I wanted to say. Oh my goodness. So, alrighty. So, let's get to creating, shall we? So for tonight, I'm going to show you a little bit better so that way I can make sure we see this. So I just did a coordinating card, okay? So we're actually not going to do the card tonight. We're just going to do the holder. 1 second, let me mute this. So we've got the card going, but what we want to do tonight is we're actually going to create this cute little box, right? So, alrighty. So here we go. Okay. So for tonight, I have the Brush Metallic Gold embossed in both of the pretty embossing folders from the Heartworm thing. All right, and then we've got Stampin' Seal Plus in the cartridge. Hey, by the way, these cartridges are exactly the same. So if you don't want to buy two, just buy one of them and buy the refill of the other and then swap them out. So the Stampin' Seal Plus is stronger and perforated, which means it holds a little better. And then the Stampin' Seal is our regular one for cards and such. This one's a tiny bit more expensive. That's why you want to do the other. However, if you only want to buy one, get the stronger one. Hey Jude, how are ya? So if I had to choose, I would get this one because you can always use stronger on something that you don't need necessarily stronger, but you cannot use weaker on something that needs to be stronger. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, so for tonight, I've already got my stars out, so I didn't have to go digging through the box. But I've already cut out of the Celebrations Labels dies. I've cut out, if I can pick them up, that would be awesome. I have cut out 2 of the Whisper White, the largest ones. And then 2 sizes down from that, I have cut out the Plaid Tidings. Now, the Plaid Tidings, starting tomorrow, guess what? They're on sale. I emailed the flyer to you for the Designer Series paper sale that starts tomorrow and runs the entire month. This is 15% off starting tomorrow. So, there you go. So, if you like it, there you have it. And then I have a piece of just Whisper White, a big one. So I'm going to trim this down so that way you guys can see how to make this box. Okay? So I figured you knew what it looked like to crank everything, but you didn't know how, all the rest of this works. So a box. All right. So for this box to work and for the labels to work, you need to pull your arm out. I don't know if you guys know that does that, but you need to pull your arm out on the paper trimmer. You are welcome. And then we are going to measure here. This is the 11-inch side, and we're going to measure at 9.5, and we're going to cut. Okay. All right, and then we are going to measure on the 8.5 side at 7.5. So you will want to have a piece of cardstock. Thick is actually better in this case, but this is just regular Whisper White. So this is measuring at 7.5 by 9.5. Got it? So on the 7.5 side, before you turn it, you are going to score at 1.5. Oop, did that move? Hold on. You are going to score at 1.5, and you're going to flip it around. Now, you need to make sure you don't flip it, you just turn it, because if you flip it, then your score is going to be going the wrong way. You don't want that, okay? So throw that score down, okay? And then on the 9.5-inch side, we're going to score at 5.5 and at 4. No, I don't have this memorized. I have a cheat sheet because I wouldn't be able to remember all this. I don't know about you, but I might be able to remember it after I cut them for a class, but not for every single time. So, all right, so now we have got our hatches, our score lines, and you're gonna take, let's do a pen on this. This is gonna be inside anyways, so not a problem, unless I miss. Which I almost did. All right, so these 2 score lines on either side. You are going to trim up, and you're going to trim up to the score line, okay? And then you're going to flip, and you're going to trim up to the score line, not past it, up to the score line, not past it. Okay, this is your box, okay? So now you are going to fold all of your score lines. If you're using thick paper, you'll want to use a bone folder. If you want everything perfectly creased, you'll want to use a bone folder. But I don't know, my fingers are good. All right, so are we ready? Okay, so now we're gonna grab our small tab and we're gonna glue. And we're gonna grab our small tab on the other side. Hold on, I should have grabbed both of them at the same time. Tab, tab, and we're gonna glue. And here's the reason why. Because if you don't glue these, later on you are going to have to drop a glue dot down in there, in between the tab and this, because this tends to flop over, and then guess what? Your card doesn't fit in if your tabs are flopping all over the place. So what you're gonna do is grab your Stampin' Seal, okay? And you're gonna put 2 little stripes on both sides here, okay? And you're gonna fold up, and you're gonna fold up, okay? That looks a little bowed, it's okay. It'll straighten out when we have the other side on it, okay? But so far, that's what we have, okay? Now, this one, that's how it goes, right? So we're gonna grab here and we're gonna do 2 lines here, and we're gonna do 2 lines here. And you're like, but John, you're gonna do all the glue at once? Yes, I'm doing all the glue at once, and here's why. Because once you fold this up, the other side is really hard to get to if you don't already have glue on it. So you just want to kind of leave your fingers on this side so it doesn't glue to the other side while you're doing it. I know, a lot to think about, but hey, we'll be okay. And then stick your finger down in there, don't crush, obviously, and get that stuck so you have a box. Yay, right? Okay, so while I'm doing this, I'm hungry. So who's having what for dinner? Tell me. Anybody? Anybody? So now you're gonna dry fit this on here, and you're gonna go right to the bottom, and you're gonna look at how far up it goes. It's about 3/4 of the way, and how far over right to this notch. And here's why. Because you can't put glue on here really well because you're having to do this and do this. So you gotta pay attention to where your paper finishes so you don't have glue sticking out the sides. That's the why, okay? So I'm going to that notch, and I'm gonna go up to that notch. See what I'm doing? I'm eyeballing, and you wanna pay attention to which way your stitches are going, and you wanna make sure you don't have the back side where it feels rough. That's the side you're gonna put your glue on. Where it's all nice and smooth and pretty, that's your front. Burrito. Okay, so I think I am doing brats, and let's see what else. Green beans and like a steak fry from potatoes, not a bag. So, all right, so now after I do this, I'm gonna lay this down here, tuck in here, squeeze it down. Okay, so there's my piece. Now I'm gonna flip it over and do the same. This should be the exact same, meaning notch to notch and all that kind of nonsense. All right, so went a little bit far on that. Hopefully that'll be okay. It should be. So we're gonna grab here and we're gonna throw this down here. And then I'm gonna take a peek and just make sure I didn't run over on this. And I didn't. I thought I had, but it was the shadow. So we're good. So now we're going to glue these down. Now you could transfer over and go back to the Stampin' Seal if you want, but the regular one rather. But honestly, I have it out, so guess what? I'm going to keep going. If you do have trouble with the regular Stampin' Seal, I would encourage you to try the Seal Plus. It is a different feel because it is perforated. It doesn't booger as much, we'll just say that. So there's my box all decorated. So we're not doing any stamping on this, right? You're like, oh, John. Yeah, I'm really not. Because what I'm doing now is I am punching out a moose and some trees. If I could get this off. If your thing catches like that, one of the tips is to go off and to the left, down and to the left, and that tends to, no, it's a die hen. So that tends to make it not catch as much. We'll just say it that way. So the dies I'm using, let me grab them, are Celebration labels dies. So they're all stitched. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5 different sizes for the labels, and then all kinds of little doodads that go with them, like leaves and little hearts and little filigrees and all that kind of stuff. So that is what we are looking at. So we're gonna get there. I gotcha. I knew what you meant. So now I'm gonna grab my trees, and I guess I cut this just a hair too short, but it's okay. So we're gonna grab here, and let's see if I can get one more. I wasn't very careful now, was I? But let's see if we can get one more out of here. And if not, we'll go back to the other embossed piece, right? And, come on. If not, you know, a bear got it or something, right? So, alrighty. So now I am sticking with the theme of the Stampin' Seal. And I'm just grabbing and decorating. This would be really cute to do as a Christmas gift, little stocking stuffer kind of thing. Throw a bag over it, a little cute tag. Done, right? Hi, Lise, how are you? You just got that in yet? Hey, I created with something, Iris, write it down. I created with something that you ordered. Just FYI. So, and then that one I am going to do dimensionals for, because I want my moose to pop up. So, let's see what we've got here. I'm at the end of my dimensional, so I'm using my borders here, which actually is better because he needs to be a little skinnier. All right, so I'm gonna peel this guy off and grab my moose. Let's see, where do I want my moose? So that's what I'm looking at for my box. Kind of cool, right? And I changed my mind. I'm not going to use the copper stars because they're a different metal. But this is how this fits in. So there you go. There is a very cute card holder with all the measurements ready to go. You can use, as long as you have the standard box, you can use any kind of shape to cover. If you don't want to order these labels, you can do, but the label itself, let's see, how big is it? I want to say it's 6 by 4, but I'm going to measure with inches. It's like 6 1/8 by just under 4 1/2. So you want something fairly large. You can make the box any size, but obviously what I gave you, that's where it is. So anyway, so there we go. There's 2 different boxes for you. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks so much for joining me. Follow me, stampinwithjohnny.com, and make sure to post your creations on the pinned post on my Facebook page so you can possibly win a stamp set. I should show you those. Hold on. So one of the stamp sets that you'll be able to win is Warm Hugs, and the other one is Lots to Celebrate. So either one of those, one is going to be for what you create, and the other is for what you mail on Monday. That's an event. If you need to look at all the details, please search for the event, World Card Making Day. So thanks so much. Have a great night, and talk to you soon.